Hey. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to make a quick video. Um, I want to do more of kind of like, I guess, kind of vlogging of life. Not vlogging, but just kind of noting down ideas so that I can come back to them in the future and relive them, repurpose them, and also put them out there out and allow people to see the journey as well. One of the ideas that I had is this kind of idea around being like anti-elitist, especially in creative industries. The platform that I'm striving to make with Awele, I want it to be something that echoes anti-elitist ideas in the way that we sort of give the brand out to the people, um, and even also the way we like kind of give back as well. I always realize is that when people make it in a certain place in career, in arts, it's like not a lot of people actually then kind of look back to kind of help people, and they kind of create this like sort of barrier, this invisible barrier between people who are trying to like attain what they have, whether it's like language, um, whether it's information. There's this like barrier that's not easily shared for people to be able to basically move forward and basically you know be able to also try to start things up for themselves. Like for example, I remember when I was starting Awale or the first version of Awale, I was trying to understand like I want to work with a manufacturer because I've always heard that this was kind of like a good idea of doing sort of working with companies. Sorry, with starting a clothing brand, it's find a manufacturer and produce your clothing. Um, Looking back at it now, it doesn't really make much sense, you know. But anyway, and I asked this person who started a brand, and it seemed like they had been doing it for some time, so they had experience with this. Remember, I asked two people. One person, they said that they just ended up working with a factory in India or something like that. So in my head, I was like, do you want to share with me those people? That information wasn't shared. Like the manufacturer that they use, so it wasn't helpful. Then someone else, when I asked them information around manufacturers, they mentioned that they'll be starting a YouTube channel, and some people answered the same question. They'll start a YouTube channel and they'll give this information up, and it just had me thinking. It's like, why are we making knowledge unattainable? Why is there this like sort of like this elitist barrier to like wanting people to like know more about fashion and wanting people to know more about like to grow in the fashion space? Like, I feel like we should actually generally want people to like know more, and we should actually encourage growth as well in people. You know, we shouldn't want to see people fail. We should want to make the path as easy as possible, especially if we've gone through a really tough journey ourselves. You know, um, so for me, like looking back at this, it was like it really challenged me. Like when I get into a place of power with a Wale, when I've established this brand in the way that I feel like is fit for purpose and for my community, for my customer, I want to be at a place where I can also give back as well. And this is kind of what I want to do. I want to demystify what it is to start a clothing brand. Maybe not necessarily through like a YouTube channel or something like that, but just through ideas. I kind of like the way Virgil Abloh sort of approached it, where he had this sort of like almost like it was YouTube videos, but he sat down with people within the industry and tried to demystify some of these things. But I always find that a lot of the demystification is, I think a lot of times what people need is sort of like the process. sure, the artistic process is one side of things, but actually just like the logistical process of like manufacturing garments, grading, fabrics, how to work with mills if you choose so. And even before you get to that place, if you can't even afford that, how do you make a collection or a few pieces with a really limited budget and still start a clothing brand? I think, actually having like these really, these stages and be able to help people. I think this is what I want to do once I can get to a place of like, where I've really developed a Awele. This is really where I want to push myself, is to really give back to the community and people, people who look like myself, people who don't look like myself. One of the ideas that I had, and hopefully I can look back at this in a couple of years' time and say, yeah, I really have achieved this. But the idea is I would love to have every Friday we sit down, I have my calendar open on every Friday morning or something, or evening, and have 30-minute slots with anyone who maybe has a business idea or fashion. They want me to look over ideas, concepts. They want me to put me. They want me to put that. They would like me to put. They would like for me to put them in contact with my graphic designer, my videographer, anything you need. Like my resources are available to you as well. Like a lot of questions would be like, where do I go to even find like a graphic designer? Let's demystify this process so people spend less time, having to go through these things. For me, it takes time, and I've had to kind of learn myself, how to do these things. Outside of like YouTube, you know, there's not much. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'd love to be able to provide that service back to people, even if it's just to have like a conversation about life. Once I've kind of established myself in what I'm doing, I'd love to be able to give that information back. When we have our first sort of runway, I would love to do it like not even inside. I would love to like it's actually open to everyone. Like it's like two-thirds of tickets go to the customer base. A third only goes to like the media and like celebs or whatever. But like two-thirds to like three-quarters of it goes to just like the customer base. Like, and they don't even have to pay like there, and they can get front row tickets because they're more important. So I'm trying to say, like, I feel like this is how we need to be rolling. Like we need to be rolling like every man is the same. You know what I mean? And there's nothing special about me. It's just that maybe I have more information. Obviously, we do have things that make us special. Like my references are different to yours, and the way I see things is different. But generally, I feel like if we sort of anti-elite everything, then hopefully people can have more opportunity to like actually like strive. We can share information more easily and more readily. We're not afraid of like sharing our contacts because we believe in our own source. It's like even if we use the same videographer or the same graphic designer, it's not gonna look the same, right? Hopefully it doesn't. But this is where I like to be, you know. Maybe not sharing the graphic design and stuff because people kind of start looking the same. But like, even if it's just like, which manufacturer do you use? One guy asked me the other day, a couple of months ago, he asked me, what blanks do you use for your hoodies? Hopefully soon I'll be making my blanks from scratch. I asked me what blanks do I use for my hoodies, and I told him like these are the ones I use. Send him the link. I mean, even if he never uses those, if he never uses those blanks, I'm happy that he has that information now. I've made it readily available. There's no like sort of this elitist sort of thing of like this brand is so out of my reach, or this person is so far away from me that I can't even reach out and I won't get a reply. We just need to make everyone the same. We need to make everyone not the same, but we need to bring this like humility back to things, you know. Like I should never feel like I'm too good to share knowledge, or I should never feel like I don't have enough time for just someone on the road, or I should never feel like I don't have time to help someone if they need help. Obviously, the more successful you get, the more busy you're gonna get. But you know, there should always be like feel like a desire to help people out. You know, and it may look different in different sort of spaces, right? It may look different, um, but I think it's important. Mm. That's it. So I guess just watch the space. I think I'm going to be sort of trying to focus more on like this idea, this concept. You know? I want people to like really effort the brand. Sorry for the language, but I don't want it. I want it to still feel like we're connecting on a equal level for what I never want. You know, we're all just fallible humans, and these ideas are free. You know what I mean? I should never, I should never get to a place where I'm thinking like, let me charge a course. You know, it should just be like give the information, let people make the choices or use this information as quickly as possible, so they know if this is what they want to do or not. Do you know what I mean? So people want to get into fashion. You know, let's get them all the information as soon as possible. But they try it out, they realize that it's not worth it, and they can stop. You know, but let's give all the information. You know what I mean? Let's demystify this the information. Let's elite everything. Let's make things easier. So if someone wants to, you know, with zero zero experience wants to start a clothing brand, they can do it. They can just message someone who's done it already, and that person can say, "Hey, this is the information," or you know, if someone wants to like make luxury pieces, but they have nowhere to start, it's like someone can say, you know, these are the things that you need to look at. You know, you need to have at least 30K. These are the fashion houses that will work with you, and they'll manufacture. You know, the minimum they will do is 300 pieces. These are the sort of levels that they just like. Let's give the information. You know what I'm saying? And I think we can make a change. So this is what I'm going to be on. This is my wave. This is my wave. Um, and I hope it makes a difference. You know, hopefully this is be part of, you know, the things that I'm known for, but also that our world is known for. You know, so that's it. Peace. Okay. Bye.